Hello everyone. I hope you're having a great weekend wherever you are in the world. And so as you can see, the place where I am, it's not virtual background, okay? I am really in my hotel room in Hat Yai, Thailand, the south of Thailand on the border with Malaysia. I'm down here for a business seminar, but I'm going to go ahead and keep my schedule of making the regular weekly analysis that I do. So I'm doing everything on my Mac Air laptop. I don't have my external microphones. I don't travel with all of my video gear. So if this video is a little bit shaky or the sound is not 100%, my apologies for that. But we will manage to get through all of the things that I usually do on the weekly analysis. So let's get started with that. Hello everybody, this is Rick Ray from rickrayfx.com/profile, and I'll just put that up on the screen there for you. That's where you can go to find out more information about forex trading. And so here we are again with another weekly analysis, and this one starting on the 17th of July 2023. And this is where we look at all of the high impact news, the fundamental data that will be released during the week that affects the movement of our currencies and commodities. And then of course I will review the profit and loss that happened as a result of the trade setups that I shared with you last week. And then as always I will share my new trade setups with you. So what do we have on the high impact news? Well, fortunately it seems we're going to have a relatively light week. We've been having quite some heavy weeks with the high impact news. Still high impact, but there's not as many items that we need to watch out for. So as usual, we look at forexfactory.com, and I will not go through all of these with you. You can find them yourself. The times you see here are Asian times. If you live in Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, Cambodia, Laos, any of those countries, but otherwise check forexfactory.com for your local times for the high impact news items that will be released during the week. And just at a glance you can see sometimes I cannot even fit it on one page, but this week is a fairly light week, but some news items that we do need to be aware of that will affect the movement of our currencies and commodities. So what happened with the trade setups that I shared with you last week? I'm not going to look at each one of them because some of them did not execute, but the Euro US, as an example, I had a buy limit on that one, and you can see on Monday there it just never even came down. Okay, just went sideways all day on Monday last week, and then during the US session started to take off and just never looked back. So this pending order on the Euro US did not open. The odd US, we got a little bit out of that one. It opened on Wednesday, the sell limit, and came down, gave us 38 pips. And as they say, that's all she wrote. Just turned around, went the wrong direction, but you should have been able to get 35 to 38 pips on the odd US sell limit from last week. The pound US was a real cash cow. This one, these are the kind of trades that just make it all worth it, you know. This one opened on Monday, okay, and then it just continued up all week long until Friday during the daily session, and then finally down a little bit in the U.S. session. But you could have closed it on Thursday or any time during Friday with a good profit, a total of 366 pips on the pound US. The USD CAD buy limit, unfortunately, they don't always work out. Okay, and this one didn't work out last week, and it hit our stop loss, the USD CAD stop loss. Okay. The Euro CAD never opened, and this is based on the strength of the Euro. As you saw just a few slides ago, the Euro US took off like a rocket, and so did the Euro CAD. Not doing much on Monday, never come down to hit our pending order, and then just escalated all week long, and so that trade never opened. So I do have some new trade setups, and this looks to be a very exciting week. because it looks like we're getting some clear direction on a lot of the pairs which we have not had clear direction. And I'm really excited about some of these trades that I have set up, these pending orders in place for this upcoming week, starting on the 17th of July 2023. So for gold, a buy limit. It looks like gold has turned bullish. And after a long bearish run, there's a clear indication on the daily and the 4-hour chart that gold is turning bullish. And in fact, that goes along with the regular cycles that we see. It's expected to continue to be bullish for the rest of July and through August. Commodities typically do very well during this time period. So if you didn't get in on this earlier, we saw a low last week of around 1893 in the 1900 zone. All right, but it has already taken off and made a big move on Wednesday. All right, and then a little bit sideways on Thursday and Friday, but still a good chance to get in. And my buy limit for gold this upcoming week is at 1950. Now it could drop down a little bit lower than that, possibly 1940 in this zone where we have a previous resistance which has now turned support. Okay, but 1950 has been a very, very strong support for a long time. So it's likely to just bounce off of that and then continue its bullish move. But don't be shocked or surprised or scared if it comes on down back to around the 1940 zone. Just be prepared for that. So you can have a buy limit at 1940, take a small buy trade at 1950, and then add to that at 1940 if it does continue to come down. So continuing bullish moves on gold. Now, if you didn't get this from a previous video, this is the QR code you can scan and join my free line official group where I do post this weekly analysis video, and also during the week sometimes we'll let you know about an additional trade setup. For the Euro US, I have a buy limit at 1.1170. For the pound New Zealand, this was the one that I shared on my line official group on Thursday, and I see that finally, unless it's a false breakout, finally the pound New Zealand is turning bearish. So I let people know that I took a sell trade on the pullback on Thursday when it pulled back to this area here, 2.0565, and it did go into profit, but then came back up. If you had your stop loss at break even, you would have been stopped out on that. But if you're holding on to that, that's still a very, very good trade, okay? And that's exactly where the price closed on Friday in the U.S. session at 2.0565. So if you did get stopped out on that, well, just open another trade, okay? Because the pound New Zealand is fully bearish on the day chart and on the 4-hour chart, and it's a clear indication that trusting our strategy that we can take bearish trades, sell trades, go short on the pound New Zealand. So if you're not in that one, either open the sell trade on market execution with the market execution order on the Monday morning when the market opens, or go ahead and hold on to your trade confidently that this will continue its bearish run. The odd US buy limit 0.6820. The New Zealand US buy limit 0.6340. And there again, if you didn't get that QR code in the previous video or in a previous slide, here it is again. It's my line official group, absolutely free, where I do post this weekly analysis, and additionally sometimes during the week an occasional trade setup. The pound US buy limit with the entry price at 1.3065, and all of these buy limits on the major pairs that are with the US dollar, that's because of the weakening that we're seeing with the US dollar and the continuing decline of the US dollar. It has dropped just below the lowest point that it was 1 year ago. Okay, so that we've been seeing, the US dollar is getting slammed basically, and we're likely to continue to see that throughout July and August. The USD CAD, a sell limit Okay, this has really been dropping very hard last week, and then made some kind of a recovery pullback on Friday during the U.S. session, but this should continue its it's a bearish trend. So I have a sell limit on the USD CAD at 1.3240. And the Euro CAD made a big move up on Friday, but and it continues to be bullish. All right, so let that make a recovery, a correction, a pullback to the entry price of 1.4750, and then go long on the Euro CAD. And here's a bonus. First time I've ever done this on my weekly analysis in quite a long time. All right, not the first time, but it's been a long time since I've shared this one. And this is the USD JPY. I've had some people asking me recently about what's going on with this. Can you give me some advice? And so here we go. All right, you see this huge decline. And this is, of course, as I just said, with the weakening of the US dollar. And we're seeing this decline, this bearish move against the JPY. So I have a sell limit, two sell limits between a zone of 139.85 and 138.85. And that being because we've seen such a big drop here. Okay, it has made a correction, and it's now at a resistance level, which is 138.85. But because of this huge drop, it could make a continuing pullback up to the next resistance zone, which is 139.85. So the way to play that is you can take a sell limit or just open the sell trade when the market opens on Monday morning. Take a sell trade, a short trade there, and then have a sell limit at this second price, alternative price at 139.85. So several different ways you can play that, but expect to see continuing bearish moves with the USD JPY. Okay, I hope that those trade setups that I've shared with you, those pending orders, will help you a little bit with your trading. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not suggesting or recommending that you take the same trades. You can if you want to, but it's up to you to use good risk management. In other words, don't be greedy. Don't chase the candles. Trade small. Be willing to grow your account slowly over time, and you can be successful trading Forex. Or another tip that will help you with your success in trading Forex, and I get a lot of inquiries about this, is automated trading. Okay, there is an app, there is software that runs in the background of your trading software 24 hours a day, takes trades 24 hours a day without emotion, and this has greatly contributed to my income from Forex over the last 5 or 6 years. So if you want to find more information about automated trading, you know, everybody's heard about ChatGPT, AI, automated trading, expert advisors, robots. Well, this is available to help you to make income from Forex. And I have a dedicated website for this automated trading app, prosperityrisingea.com. Just go to that website and you'll find out more information, or you can contact me directly, and I'll be able to I'll be glad to help you get started with automated trading. Okay, as always, thanks again for being here. I appreciate it, and I'll see you again on the next video.